Hello, everyone. 21st of July, and we're still shining the light on superstars. And this lady we're bringing on today, I've known her ever since I've been in ONPASSIVE. I don't remember being in ONPASSIVE without Sherry being here. She's amazing. Chris, I'll give you a little introduction. She's one of those people that helps everyone. And some days when I'm not having a good time with family and all that, of course, she doesn't know that. She'll say something about that she's praying for us and the family. It's a big deal. She's a sister from another mister. Wonderful lady. Anyway, I'm going to let me do a little bit of things that's going on. As you know, the site is still down. No big deal. We do know from the last conversation from our uh, our big brother and CEO Asma that he's got things under control. He's working on it. Uh, it's kind of messy. He said that, but he knows he has been working on this for months. This isn't something that just happened the day he brought it up. Asma don't work that way. He's very strategic. He knows what he's doing, and I think the best we could do for Ash, I know for a fact, pray for him and be together and do stuff like we're doing here, shine the light on people, help people. Listen, the way I look at this is while we're in this mode of we're waiting, get ready, know your business, and be ready. Here's what I mean: when the limo pulls up, when the ONPASSIVE limo pulls up in front of your house, right, and it's ready to take off, things are getting ready to fly. You don't then pack your suitcase. Have it ready. Be ready to walk out the door, open the door. Thank you very much. You're getting into a new life limo and let her rip. You don't wait till then and go, 1 minute, I got to pack my clothes. No, no, no. Let's be ready. And how do you get ready? Know the business, know what the heartbeat of the business is, caring for each other. We know that. Work with people. We have been bringing people on here that I've never met in my life, and it's unbelievable. Yesterday I was on with OTech Pros. They had a couple gentlemen on. Never met them. They were amazing. I told them they made a big mistake because now I know who they are. We're gonna be shining on them all the time. Great people. So do that. There's a lot of people out there, and I'm talking to you if you're listening. Oh, nobody knows who I am. Nobody cares. That's not true. I love this part of it. I love shining the light on people that deserve it. This lady that was coming on now, she is always there supporting everybody else. Always. What I mean, people forget about what matters. And this hierarchy thing, I've hated it from day one. LC, UC, me, C, no, bullcrap. We're all the same. Some of us got bigger mouths, Chris Johnson. Some of us are just in the background supporting people like Chris Johnson. I'm just kidding. Like us. We both talk. We try to guide and inspire. That's all we're trying to do. And it's our obligation, I believe, and he does too, that we should be shining a light on other people. So I'm going to turn it over to Chris, and he's going to introduce this young lady, and she's going to rock and roll. All right, here we go. Chris, let her rip.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Marty. Good morning, Sherry Derseweh. I'll bring her on the camera now, and I'm going to talk a little bit about her because I know she's in that. This is the biggest picture I've ever seen with Sherry, and she looks absolutely beautiful. Hi, good morning, Sherry. I want to say a few things, and then I'm going to give you the floor. First of all, I was privileged to meet Sherry Derseweh. She came all the way from California, not just to see me. She has family in Ohio, and I live in Michigan. And she went out of her way to stop by. She sugared me up. Let's put it that way. She that's the day I became diabetic, I think, that day. But she came in, brought her into the house. We were on the Julie Milo show. We actually did a live with them, and it was a lot of fun. And I've got to know Sherry very well. She's consistently doing lives. I would say 99.9% every day. Once in a while, she's got things to do. She'll say, I can't get on today. And she does it every single day. Now, I know Sherry personally. I know that she's had struggles in her life, but she never talks about those struggles. All she talks about is if you ever need to call someone, call me. And she does say religiously, call your family, tell them you love them. Don't text them, call them, pick up the phone. That was her lane, and it's still her lane. But everything I met about, we had fun. I think she was there 2 or 3 hours. I'm not sure, somewhere in there when she came to my house. But of course, the jokester me, I grabbed her and laid a big kiss on her, but I had my hand over her mouth, and we just had a lot of fun. But the more I found out about Sherry, the more I just absolutely was blown away by her. And I'll let her talk about a few things, but she does a lot of things with her daughter. She's got an amazing daughter who does many things to help, and I'm going to let her talk about that. So right now, I would love to introduce my beautiful sister, Sherry Derseweh. The floor is yours, Sherry, and you look perfect right now. I mean, as far as your picture goes.
Thank you so much for the accolades and thank you so much, Chris and Marty, for even having the Shining the Light, because I've been watching them and learning more about other people, or maybe I know a little bit about other people, but didn't know more extent to it. So I want to thank you from the very bottom of my heart for that, of course, and also for having me on. I'm nothing. Everybody's special here. And I know that. But first, let me start off with my story first. So I was actually born in Tokyo, Japan. I know. I was only there 2 weeks because my dad was in the Air Force. And then we came back to Ohio, where I'm originally from, Ohio, but I do now reside in California. So I came here in 2018 because there was a blizzard. Well, I don't want to say what year it was. That'll give my age away. Anyway, there was a very bad blizzard there, and a friend of mine, we decided to come to California. Well, I met somebody, fell in love. I went back to Ohio and then came back. And when I came back, we decided to get married. We waited a little while, of course, and then we decided to get married. So in that marriage, I had, let me back up just a little bit. All my life, I came from a divorce. Sorry, I'm all over the place. I came from a divorced family. My parents got divorced when I was 3 years old. So I didn't live with any of them all along the way. It was maybe sometimes with my mom for like a year, or sometimes with my dad for like a year, but rarely did I live with my family. I was all over the place with different family members or family members' friends or whatever it is. But I don't say that for any sympathy. I say that to share with you that, because I believe that helped mold my character. So that's why I had to go back to that. So now face forward to be me being married. I was married for like 17 years. I decided to get I have 2 lovely daughters in that marriage, which I will forever am grateful for that. Because of how they've grown and what the person they became. So they were meant to be here. And also through that divorce situation, I talk about this very little, but I want you to know, if you're out there and you've been put down, if your significant other put you down, called you bad names, did some kind of roughing you up, which happened to me, and I know there's people worse off than me, know that there is a way out. I thought there wasn't, but I'll go into more detail of that story in another time, because I know your time is precious, but I want you to know there is a way out. But so I got a divorce, and then I was single for a while my kids were growing up. I got a divorce when the kids were 8 and 10. And then I met another gentleman, and lo and behold, the same thing happened to me again. So you really need to dig deep into that and try to change whatever that is. So during all this time, I used to work at a grocery store when I was married. In fact, when I was married, we owned a gas station. So we had some kind of money, but enough to get by and all that kind of stuff, and to make life a little better for my kids as opposed to the life that I had when I was growing up. So I felt good about that. But I used to actually work 2 jobs, even though we owned a gas station. I worked for a gas station in the morning. I did the books, and then I came home and would take, of course, I took the kids to school before I went to work. And then when I got home, I would clean and prep the meal for later for them, halfway cook the meal. And then I would pick up my kids from school, and then I left. And I went to go to my other job, which was I worked for a grocery store, and I didn't get home to see my kids. It was like I didn't really see my kids other than picking them up, dropping them off, picking them up, dropping off. So, but I did work at a grocery store. I liked what I did. Other than the hours, kind of like you always had to work the weekend, of course. But I then was injured at that job. So once I was injured at that job, I was trying to figure out what I'm going to do and all that stuff. Because mind you, the time I was going through also during a little bit after that, I was going through my divorce. I think I worked for the grocery store 7 years and then was going through my divorce. So I was trying to figure out what I was going to do, because actually my pockets, my money got chopped off more and more from my ex-husband at the time, well, my to-be ex-husband, and I was trying to find a way to make extra income. So I came across a network marketing company that I started in 2002, and I liked it. I thought it was real neat and everything, a way to make extra income that I felt I could do because I was injured, like I said, and that still didn't work. I still continued to do that. And then with my other, I got out of, like I said, the grocery store business, and then I went into merchandising because I was still trying to find a way to make more money. So I did the network marketing thing, and then I went into doing something else. So I worked as a merchandiser for Kellogg, and in Kellogg, I got injured again. So I still was fortunate to still have that backup plan of the little residual income, a little bit of money I made coming in to help with even just paying my phone bill. Or I remember times I would park 2 miles down the street so that nobody would that the cops wouldn't see my car because my tags were expired. But that's another story. Not because I had tickets or anything, but I parked my car somewhere else because I didn't have the funds to pay for that. So I struggled a lot while I was single. I know a lot of people out there who have struggled a lot. But when I was doing my network marketing company, like I said, and I had injured my back, I came across, because I remember Robert Kiyosaki always saying, you can never have enough eggs. You want to have more eggs in different baskets. So I thought, yeah, he's right. So I was on a hunt on just trying to figure out what I was going to do next. And what I did, what happened is on one of your social media platforms, I came across this ad that said, because I was trying to figure out a way also to promote myself, because my back injury, I had 2 back surgeries, and I use a cane, and my self-esteem just was way down, because I thought nobody would want to talk to me with my cane, all that kind of stuff come through my head, right? Well, when I came across the ad on social media, the lady didn't answer me right away. It was like a week, so it was like late July. So in fact, my 6th year will be August 3rd, 2018. So she didn't answer me right away. So I waited, and then finally she answered me. What happened was she was actually on vacation. So I said, oh, this must be really meant to be. She answered me. She sent me 2 audios that our CEO of the company, my brother, Mr. Amplify, made. And when I listened to them, I said, this is it. This is the place I need to be. And why did I say that? Because of his heart. He was genuine. He kept it real. You can feel his heart. You can feel his truth. And I never lured away. I've always been with ONPASSIVE ever since. So because of that heart, that's what kept me in the game and what he wants to do. Because when I read the ad, it said, all done for you. And look, I had tried to promote myself buying leads or and doing other things to, solo ads or whatever. I would shy all that money and all that knowledge because they made everything complicated to do. I'm like, is it just me, or is it just complicated system. I don't know. So when I saw All Done for You using artificial intelligence, which I knew a little bit about artificial intelligence back then, I said, oh yes, I'm on board, but mostly for the heart. And also because I wanted to promote not just what I'm doing, but a little dinger went off. I thought, oh, cool. I can share this with business people and they can save money. And I just always thought of the little shops, the little mom and pop shops, or the little somebody who's just starting their business. I always thought of them in this business and them coming into ONPASSIVE because how it's going to help them. Because it's easier. It doesn't cost a lot of money. It's more secure. And I was like, that's it. I'm going to be here in ONPASSIVE because of the heart and because of how it can help people. I'm all about helping people. So in fact, when I was little, I always knew out there in the world that other countries, other places had it worse off than the USA. I never was good in history or anything like that. Just deep feeling inside me that felt that way. And and now that I'm in ONPASSIVE, I actually have so many brothers and sisters from around the world because we're a worldwide company, folks. I have so many brothers and sisters around the world who are telling me what I thought actually back in the day of how it is in different countries. No fresh water, and no shoes for the kids. Look, I hate to wear shoes, but they serve a purpose. And why should kids do without shoes? At least when I was struggling when I was little, I had tore up shoes, but at least I had shoes, right? So, and just the whole thing of ONPASSIVE is just like a win-win all the way around, because the main premise behind ONPASSIVE is to help correct the corruption and help humanity worldwide. When I heard that, I was like, my intuition, women's intuition, mother's intuition, everybody has intuition. You just have to deep into it. So I was like, you're right. This is so cool. This just, it made me weep. I feel passion, higher power, whatever you want to call it. I knew this was where I wanted to be. And as far as my kids go, I have 2 daughters, and they're very successful. The one daughter actually, during the C word that everybody calls it, she actually thought of, she's a vegan chef. So what she thought to do was to cook good meals for the houselessness. We call them houselessness here in California, to help them. And I used to help her. I think we had it like once a month or so. I'd go out and help her do that. I mainly just helped in the kitchen. I wasn't, out in the grounds. But my daughter, when she goes out in the grounds, she keeps it real. She feels their heart. She listens. What you need to do is just listen to somebody. That's what's important. Maybe somebody just needs for you to listen. But that's what she does. So I helped her with that. And right now it's on hold just because of the funds. But I thought when ONPASSIVE, I'm excited for ONPASSIVE because I thought I'm going to help my daughter really bloom this out however she would like, too. So that to me was phenomenal. I thought that was so cool that she did that. And I didn't. I tried to bring them up okay. But like, when you're going through a divorce, it's kind of like, did they, it's kind of goofy or whatever you would call it. But I just knew that I prayed every day, whatever you believe in. I believe in prayer. So I prayed every day that they would turn out to be okay. And they did. So, and then what else I have to share with you is, yes, we do have the angels out here. It's called the California Angels. And it's Terry Thompson and Julie Glenn. I met Julie. Actually, we used to meet every Friday before we met Terry. We used to meet every Friday at a Peace Coffee that's out here closer to her house because she has a daughter and would pick her up from school. I said, no worries, I'll come your way. Not that I live that far, but so we used to meet every Friday and do lives and stuff like that, talking about ONPASSIVE and just to meet, to be more friends and stuff like that, to meet more people that are in ONPASSIVE or people who aren't. And then also, she said that there was another lady named by the name of Terry Thompson who was going to come meet us. there at Pete's. So that's how that started. And then we thought, let's have a show so where we could talk about ONPASSIVE, what it means to us and what it could do for you. So that's how that angel thing, the angels in California started. So I am forever grateful for them. They're like my blood sisters. It's funny because Terry and I, we say the same things at the same time. In fact, we text and we sent it at the same time or a second later, and we're like texting the exact same thing. So, and it's crazy how that happens. But back to what I want to do with ONPASSIVE is, of course, help myself, because right now I just live in I'm being vulnerable with you. Right now, I just live in a room. I just live in a room in a house that's not mine. So I'm going to get, of course, I'm going to get that back, have my own place, because I'm unable to have my kids here, all that kind of stuff, regular things that you would do with a family. So that part I definitely want to take care of. And then here's the main thing behind this. There's so many things that I want to do with ONPASSIVE. I have such a list. But one of the things that really gets my heart is actually my daughter and her fiance at the time. They went a radical car accident. What left him for, I think it was 12 years in a they call it a vegetative state, but they believe he knew what was going on, but had no way of communicating. So it's the brain. The brain always intrigues me. Like, why do some people more intelligent than others? Is it the food they eat? Is it just in the gene? The brain always intrigues me. And plus with, when you get older, some people get dementia or whatever. So that has my heart as well. So I just don't know. There's just so many things I want to do with ONPASSIVE. Plus I want to actually also help. I'd like to have kids that are going through divorce, or anybody that's been battered, whether it be men or women, have a place for their kids so they can come draw and get it out. When you draw, when you do arts or crafts or something like that, when you get it out of when you draw, it kind of helps you hear, and it helps you release that. So I would like to do some crafts with children. Doesn't matter their age or background or anything like that. That's what I love about ONPASSIVE. We're worldwide. We're everywhere. We're all nationalities, all religion, all that and everything. So I want to do that. And there's other things too as well on my list. So many things. I could be here for 10 hours to explain to you things that I want to do. So I'm going to tell you right now that you out there are so incredibly important, and you matter in this world. You have special talents. You have special passion. Find it, dig deep in here. Don't let anybody tell you you can't do it. Look, our CEO, the Ash Mafar, people have been telling him he can't do this because what he wants to do for not just me, but for the world. This is so incredible, folks. Know that you're important and you matter in this world. If you want to chat, you can chat with me. I don't have a problem with that, because I want to help you. You out there, you're important and you matter in this world. So let it go, because when people tell you you're no good, you don't mean nothing, all that stuff, what happens is it hurts you here and you believe it, and it hurts your heart, and which hurts your health. We need you here. You are a miracle. You're a golden piece of this puzzle. So let it go. And what I love about ONPASSIVE too is we have the platforms that you can do whatever you're trying to do, no matter what it is, provided it's legal, of course. I throw that in there because I like to be goofy. Providing it's legal, of course. Whatever your passion is, you can do it. What I got one more thing to say is, well, maybe two, is ONPASSIVE actually helped bring me back out. Remember, I told you I had lost my self-esteem and all that kind of stuff. What I remember Ash said to do this. There was like a a competition going on. He said, do a video, whoever the video he liked, that he would bring traffic to it, right? I mean, good targeted traffic to it. I mean, a lot of traffic to it. But what got me was, I'm going to do this. I just went out of my box and I just did it, and I haven't stopped ever since. I said, yes, it helps you to break the barriers, because there's people in here, they make you feel like your sister and brother. They don't embarrass you. They don't any of that stuff. They just help you in so many ways. If you're having family problems, we pray, or whatever you want to call it. If you're don't know how to do something on the computer, you're not embarrassed to ask. I love this company. I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to see you all at the next level up top. And remember this, what's so cool about this is I do have brothers and sisters around the world, which I would have never met had it not been for our CEO of this company, Ash Mafar, who was one person, was one drop, and he shared it with one person and it spread. So we're like an ocean, and we're a good ocean to help our world to be more loving, more peaceful, and more equal. I want to thank Ash Mafar and his amazing wife, because it takes her too as well. I always say this on my lives. By the way, I have a live, like Chris said, every day, practically. You can check that out. But I always say this on my lives. Ash Mafar and your wife, you're incredible people. Nobody in this world would think to help our world, to help individuals that go out of the box and do it for us. It's not about the money for them. It's about helping you and to help our world. That's what I'm talking about. Thank you, Ash Mafar, and your lovely wife and family, for all you do. Prayers for you and your family and all you do. And also the amazing dream teams from around the world, places I don't even know, people I've never even met, are working tirelessly hours, not just on my behalf, but your behalf, but the world's behalf, to make it more loving, more peaceful, and more equal. Thank you so much. That's all I have.
Wow. Okay, Sherry. Number one, I did not know that you were born in Japan. You never told me that. That's pretty cool. Listen, I want to let everyone know out there right now, this is a real human being here who's gone through struggles. You didn't hear Sherry Derseweh say, I want a big boat, a big house. You didn't hear her say any of that. She said, someday I'd like to get my own place. And then she went right into what she wants to do for people. When people ask me, what has ONPASSIVE done for you? That's it right there, what she was saying. She's got a big heart. ONPASSIVE, as she stated, brought me back out again, made me feel alive, and she's doing amazing things. And I'm not gonna candy coat this. You're a beautiful person, Sherry, inside and out. And by far, and I'm not insulting anybody, this is one of the best shining lights that I've seen. I guarantee you Marty's going to say the same thing. There's a lot of people out there that went through the struggles or are going through the struggles that you went through. You didn't go into detail. You described it. And then you said, call me if you ever want to talk. Sherry does have a YouTube channel every single night. She does lives 7 days a week. And you can always contact her through that. I know we want to build her YouTube channel up because she has positive things to say. And Sherry, you blew me away once and you blew me away again today. And I want to thank you. And I love you with all.
I love you too, Chris. Thank you so much.
Wow, Sherry. Yeah, you actually brought a tear to my eye, actually. No, I mean, I knew you were an amazing person, but shining the light, I was, originally I thought it would help you, but you helped so many people. You helped me. I love doing what I'm doing. I love finding people and pushing them to the top. And my God, you deserve everything coming. When I came into ONPASSIVE, the biggest draw for me was I could bring people with me no matter what. And you were one of the main reasons, and people like you that deserve greatness and abundance, and you're going to get it. You're going to get it no matter what. I know that. And that's a big deal. And to go through what you went through and be who you are, mind blowing. I really, yeah, you blew me away. In fact, you can see I'm speechless. So that's bad because I always got something to say. No, it was very powerful, very, very powerful. And I thank you so much for being out in the open and all that. But I can tell you this for sure. This isn't my opinion. God loves you, and you're going to have great things happen. Great things happen. That's why you're here. Nobody's here by accident. God found you and said, go here, go left, go right, watch these videos, boom, and you're in. So I'm really happy over that. Anyway, if you guys have anything in closing, go ahead and I'll shut it down.
Sherry, do you have anything to say anymore?
All I have to say, I just want to thank you guys for having this show and having me on. And Marty, I also have to mention about Passive Nation. You brought a lot of people together that were in the background that didn't know where to go. And I just knew to plug into that, maybe because of my past, what I did before. I don't know, but you brought so many people into Passive Nation. So toodles for you and Mike and Peter. No.
Dan Street.
Dan Street, yes. Toodles to you for having that and to begin with, because I don't know probably where I'd be right now. I've tried to find a different platform to go on, but toodles to you for that. I've never waved her off that station. So thank you so much for having that. I thought that was incredible. Yep. But you deserve an accolade as well. I love you guys. Thank you so much.
No, I want to tell you what.
Chris, you too.
No.
My main thing, Sherry, as you learn different skills in this so-called MLM world at the time, what was missing was relationships with people. Everybody became a number. So as soon as we got here, I said, okay, if this is what this guy says it is, I want to get a group together and start bringing people in together, even if they're not actually with us, they're still with us. And that was one of the best things we did is create Passive Nation. But I want to tell you, a shout out real quick to Tanya Passive, because she runs it and there's almost 30,000 people in there. And the difference between her and a lot of admin and other groups, she knows Passive. Yeah. And no, I'm glad you're there, Sherry. I'm glad it does help people, because I know it does. I know a lot of questions are asked in there, but the shout out goes to her because she's actually running it. But thank you for being here, Sherry. And this was good. This was really good for many, many people. I'm reading the chat, and everybody enjoyed it. So thank you, everybody. Chris, anything?
No, that I love you both, and just remember the stories that she just told. There's a lot of other people out there might be struggling more, and look at the faith that Sherry Derseweh. She's never given up. It's landed in here. So no matter what you're going through right now, if you need to talk to someone and you're having issues, pick up that phone, like Sherry says, and call somebody and talk about it. And you'll find the right person. But in Passive, I've found millions of the right people. So thank you very much, Sherry. It was my pleasure, both of our pleasures, for you coming on here. You did us a lot of good.
Yeah, a lot more than you think. Yeah, beautiful. All right. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Heroes
at 2 o'clock.
Heroes.
Same YouTube channels. We'll be back at 2 o'clock about